Good morning, good morning, good morning. Buenos dias, hola, bonjour, como ça va? Good morning and ni hao. Hello to everyone, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the Jaira Nicole Show, and I'm so happy to have you all back again on another Tuesday. This show is every Tuesday from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Central Time. I'm so excited, as always, because we have a great show coming up, and our theme for today is going to be centered around health and fitness and prioritizing your health and fitness. Now, my question of the day is, how many of you feel like you can do better in terms of prioritizing your health and fitness? How many of you have started your journey more than once on several occasions saying you're going to go on this diet, or you're going to do this exercise, or you're going to commit to going to the gym 3 or 4 times a week, only for that to not last maybe even a month? And I know typically at the beginning of the year, when we come up with our New Year's resolutions, we're all super excited and ready to just get back at it. And everybody at the beginning always says, I'm going to prioritize my health and fitness starting this year. And then, as we know, it trails off. But I thought it would be such a great topic and such a great subject for today, because as we're in April, in the beginning of April, it's springtime, the weather's getting warmer. In different states, people are starting to go back out more. Things are starting to open up. And I'm hearing more and more conversations about, summertime's coming up. We all basically didn't have a summer, right? Last summer, because of COVID, things were just so crazy and hectic, and everything was shut down. There was lockdowns. Basically, the pandemic and coronavirus, if we had any plans of traveling, to Paris or Italy, Mexico, wherever for a summer vacation, we weren't able to do that. We weren't able to enjoy ourselves. But again, now that more and more people are getting vaccinated and getting out, and depending on what state you live in, your city, your state, things are starting to open back up. More and more people I see walking outside. That's why I'm outside today, you guys. It's so beautiful outside today, and all the trees and the wind and just, but I am super excited, like I said earlier, because we have 3 special guests today. We have Miss Make It Fun New York. She's going to be jump roping live. You've seen her on Good Morning America and Dr. Oz Show, as well as a plethora of other media places. So I'm super excited. So she's going to talk to us today about jump roping, show us some of her amazing skills. I can't wait for you guys to see her, because when I tell you this girl can jump, oh my gosh, she can jump, and she's amazing. And she's going to tell us about the health and benefits of jump roping. So if you're looking for something new to try, jump roping might be your thing. And then we have Mr. Bobby Bacon coming on. He's going to be talking about bodybuilding, which is awesome in itself, because a lot of the times, we have all these myths and misconceptions about bodybuilders, what all goes into it. So he's going to come on, and then our final guest for today will be Miss Shawnee Thomas, who's going to talk to us about coaching and what goes into that, and nutrition. She's a personal trainer and coach at Orange Theory, Fitness, and then she also does nutrition with Arbor. So I'm super excited for our guest today. So we're going to take a quick break. Don't go away, and we will be right back for more. So stay tuned. Again, if you're just now tuning in, this is the Jaira Nicole Show every Tuesdays from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Central Time. Alrighty, and we're back. Sorry, I didn't know if I wanted to say we or you, but we are back, and I'm so excited to have you. Again, if you're just now tuning in, this is the Jaira Nicole Show every Tuesday from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our topic for today, you guys, is health and fitness, as I was just speaking about earlier. And we're going to talk about what can we do to prioritize our health and fitness and do things a lot better this year, right? As I was just saying earlier, things are opening back up. up, and more people are looking to get in shape. It's kind of funny because I was reading this book. It's about self-discipline, excuse me. And it's a really great book, you guys, by the way. And so it was saying the way we view fitness is kind of what messes us up. It's our mindset, because how many times have we said we're not gonna eat this or we're not gonna drink this, and then of course temptation takes over and we see it there, and all of a sudden we're eating it, we're drinking it, even though we told ourselves over and over that we're not gonna do it. And when it comes down to it, it's discipline. We're lacking discipline. And it's funny because as I was thinking and just reflecting on my personal stuff, I was like, there's a lot of times where we're self-disciplined in a certain area, and then other areas we're not as self-disciplined. And so I was just kind of thinking about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so me, because there's other parts and other areas in our lives where maybe our career, we know we need to take care of this, we need to do this. We're going to do everything we can to make sure our career path is aligned and we're going in the right direction. But then for some reason, when it comes to our health, we just continue to neglect and neglect and neglect. And so it's just funny because, like I said, just thinking about it, why do we tend to put off our health and fitness so much? Why, it's kind of sad because basically the day and age we live in, there's a lot of people who, let's say they have a toothache or they know they need to go to the doctor to get this checked out, but because they know it's going to cost a lot of money, they'd rather just put it off. That's a whole nother issue within itself, right? We can go on and about that. But the bottom line is we tend to neglect our health, and a lot of us aren't as disciplined as we need to be. Like, we'd rather just take our time to just, sit there and just say, oh, next year or next month or this, but really, in reality, you guys, the time is now, and it's never too late. So if you've been beating yourself up saying that you wanted to do, get better this year in terms of your health or fitness and get on your journey, I know I've told myself that so many times and I've started over so many times, but you guys, don't give up. That's the biggest thing. Do not give up. And that's something that I will say, I hear a lot of people who are committed to their health and fitness, no matter where you are in your journey, they'll tell you, do not give up and keep pushing yourself. And that's what it's about. You got to keep pushing yourself. You got to keep grinding and just keep going and moving forward. So I want to leave you guys with that, and we're going to take another quick break, and then I will be right back. So again, if you guys are just now tuning in, this is the Jari Nicole Show every Tuesdays from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Central Time. We'll be right back. You guys, and we are back again. If you're just now tuning in, this is the Jari Nicole Show every Tuesdays from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. I wanted to tell you guys, if you weren't aware, that this month, April, the month of April, is National Month of Hope. And so I just want to encourage you guys, if there's anything that you've been struggling with or wanting to do, and you've just been really frustrated and don't know what to do, this is the month of hope, and continue to have hope. It's really important because hope is basically what is the precursor to faith. It's what keeps us going and what keeps us driving. If we don't have hope, we can't achieve our goals. We can't be successful in life. We can't do the things that we need to do, because if we're just hopeless, how are we going to be able to move forward? So, you guys, I want to encourage you to be hopeful, to keep having hope, and to keep pushing yourself forward. No matter what we're experiencing, this year has been super hard for us, especially with the pandemic. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about the hard times and the challenges that you're facing, but be sure to be hopeful and keep pushing and keep grinding. So we're going to take another 30-second break, and then I will be right back with our first guest of the day. I'm super excited to have her on, so don't go away. We'll be right back. All right, you guys, and we are back. This is Texas Metro News, the Jaira Nicole Show, and I'm getting ready to bring on our first guest, Miss Bernadette Henry. And as I was telling you guys, she is going to be jumping live, and I'm super excited. I've been following her on everything, Facebook, Instagram, been keeping up with her, communicating with her, watching her videos. She's so inspiring, and she's got this great, amazing, vivacious, just lively and animated personality, and she's so passionate about what she does. So I'm going to go ahead and add her to the stream, you guys. Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I am great. I'm so excited to have you on the show. I've been looking forward to this day for God knows how long.
I'm excited too. Very excited.
Yes. So I just want to go ahead and let you introduce yourselves to viewers, and then we're just going to dive right into the conversation from there.
Okay. So my name is Bernadette Henry. I am a mom of 3 children. I'm a wife. I'm a full-time employee as a mental health case manager. I am a life coach for overwhelmed moms. I am a jump rope instructor. And in a sense, I'm a superhero. And I'm a very high energetic person. I love everyone. And I just, love to live life to the fullest, the best I can, and inspire others while doing it.
Absolutely, which we can see that. We're trying to keep up with you. Like you said, you're a wife, you're a mother, you're a superhero, you're a jump rope instructor, full-time mental. I mean, it's just so many things that you're able to do. And I know your schedule is always busy, and you're super active on social media. So I guess the question that we all want to know is, why jump roping? How did Make It Fun NYC come to be? Because like I said, you're in so many different avenues. You're in the mental health, and now you're doing this jump roping thing, which has just exploded. I mean, it's exploded, and it's just really taken off. I see so many people all the time talking about how your classes have like literally transformed their lives, and then they're not only exercising, but instead of just kind of feeling like, oh, this is, I got to go to the gym and lift weights, they're having so much fun doing it. So can you just enlighten us and share with us the story behind this?
So basically, I grew up in Bronx, Harlem. So I was born and raised in the Bronx, and from the 2nd grade, I started going to school in Harlem. And basically, what we did for lunchtime is we went outside and played double dutch, or we played different straight rope games. And I don't know when the single rope was introduced into my life, but I remember my earliest remembrance was when I was in the 6th grade. I used to always go outside the house, and I used to jump rope, and I used to try to do a double under, and I used to fall. And my mom used to yell out the window like, "Stop it!" I'm like, "No, no." And that's when single rope. That's the earliest recollection of jump rope. And then moving on to middle school, I remember going to the library and borrowing a book about jump rope. Where the book is, it never made it back to the library, but it's okay. We all good. And then my earliest remembrance as an adult was at the age of 19. Me and my friend used to hang out and 14th Street Union Square, which is a predominantly like wealthy neighborhood in New York City, and they had the Gems Equinox, which I'm sure you probably heard of. And one day, you know, we just used to hang out there all the time. So one day I said, hey, look, let's just go into the gym and see what it's like. Now, mind you, I'm 19 years old. I'm not thinking about health and fitness and wellness. I'm just like, you know, let me just go inside. And on the schedule, it said arrow box, arrow jump. And I'm like, hey, is this a jump rope class? And they're like, yeah. I was like, for real, sign me up, you know? And from that day, I joined the gym. And the instructor for this class was the great Michael Olajide Jr. He's a former middleweight boxer. He's still around today. And he actually helped to develop my raw talent. And then there was another boxer by the name of Stephen Johnson. Unfortunately, he's not here with us, but he saw my passion and love for jump rope, and he kind of taught me like a lot of tricks and things. So between the two boxers, they developed my raw talent, and jump rope was just a passion. I wasn't into eating right. I wasn't into like lifting weights, calisthenics. It was just like, you know, I went to work, I went to the gym, I would jump rope, I would treadmill, and I would take like Zumba classes, right? And a year later, I had dropped a lot of weight. Now, I was not going to the gym for that. It was, for me, it was just something to do. And I was just like, wow, you know, and because I love jump rope throughout the years, I would just make it a part of any workout that I would do. And that's really kind of how it was birthed.
Wow. Gosh, that's so incredible and so amazing. And you brought up a really good point, because I know there's a lot of people who are like, you know, going to the gym, it's not necessarily for them, right? They rather, if they're going to exercise, they rather do something that, you know, they enjoy doing. And I love your whole concept of make it fun, because that's a lot of times why people start their fitness journey and they end up quitting or leaving because they're not enjoying it. They're like, I hate lifting weights, you know, or I hate running on the treadmill. But you found a way to say, this is something that I enjoy doing, and I can, you know, lose weight and exercise and get my cardio in at the same time. So what are some of the benefits of jump roping? Because I think there's a lot of misconceptions. I know a lot of people kind of thought, you know, jump roping is something that kids do in PE class or only boxers do it. But a lot of people don't realize it has all these benefits, and you kind of, you know, talked about that. So will you share with us?
Yes, jump rope helps you with your conditioning, your stamina, your heart health. It helps you develop your muscles, so like your arms, your legs. You could lose like belly fat, but it's not a thing for spot reduction. But the overall thing of it all, you can do it. It's good for, like I said, your breathing, your timing, your coordination. Just so many different benefits that it has. And even though, you know, boxers jump rope is glorified in the boxing world, every single athlete jump rope. They may do it on their off season, but every single athlete jumps rope. And let me tell you, with boxing, you know, I was a boxing judge at one point for USA Boxing. And then, yes, and then later on, I actually wanted to know what it felt like to go through the process, the training, the sparring. So I did it. And when I got into that ring for my first sparring session, you know, because, you know, we all watch TV and, you know, boxing is very entertaining. And a lot of people are like, oh, why is this just 3 minutes? Why can't it go further? You know? And when I got into that ring, within the first 30 seconds, I was like, oh, this is why boxers jump and run, because it really need that conditioning when you're moving, you're offending yourself, you're defending yourself, you're trying to, you know, do like punch and duck punches, and you need all of that conditioning. And I always tell people, like, if you start a jump rope program today, you will see a significant difference in your conditioning within 4 weeks.
Within 4 weeks?
Yes.
Just 1 month. Wow, that is incredible. So thus far, we want to know what goes into your day to day. So if, you know, I'm sitting here talking to you now and I want to sign up for a class, you know, that we want to know what goes into the day to day and what's been the biggest reward so far.
The biggest reward really is giving people, especially women, confidence. A lot of people watch my videos and they're like, I can't do that. This is so hard. It looks really hard. I can't do it. And I have people that come to to my classes of all ages. And a lot of the women that do attend my classes are above 30 and 40. And they come to the class and they're just able to do it. And they feel good. And sometimes it's not really all about that weight loss. It's just about escaping your reality. Like I jump rope for my physical, mental, and emotional wellness, because it's like when you're jumping, you kind of forget everything that's going on in your life. You're not thinking about this, you're not thinking about that. And you just want to, try to do something to take your mind. Like a few weeks ago, actually, I had a student that was going to sign up for class, and then she contacted her friend and said, you know what, I'm going to cancel. And then she ended up coming. And what happened at the end of class, she said, wow, this felt so good. She was thinking about her mom who was really sick, and just coming to the class really boosted her mood and just made her, forget about everything she was going through for that moment.
Wow, that's incredible. And so does your class specifically, because I know you said you talked about giving women a lot of confidence. Do you think that in terms of between women compared to men, women are the ones who struggle more with confidence in terms of exercising and working out? What have you noticed and come to find?
Well, I've noticed because I'm like shifting and changing how I speak to my audience. I noticed that a lot of women, they are having issues with their confidence. Number one, because some are plus size and they're kind of looking at other people and comparing themselves. And they're saying, okay, this lady had her baby 6 months ago and she snatched. I had my kids 4 years ago and look at me, And then it's just so much backlash on social media. So just me going out there, and I always tell people in all my glory, right? Me going out in all my glory, jumping confidently everywhere, whether I'm in the park, whether I'm in Times Square, whether I'm in 34th Street, whether I'm in Brooklyn Bridge. No matter where I go, I'm confident, and people see that first before they see me. So I have like a free jump rope group online, and I had a lady in there, and she literally put a post up, and she said, hey, look, I was so embarrassed with the people looking at me at the gym. And she posted a video with a crop top shirt with her belly, and she was jumping. And it's all because of what came through my videos.
I love it. And that's one of the things when I first saw, like you said, I'm like, she's in the middle of Times Square. Like people are walking by, they're obviously amazed, but they're like, kind of, what is she doing? And it's just incredible. And you're always smiling. You don't even look like you're trying to impress people or like, you're doing all these turns. And then I also love it because you do a variety of music. It's like you can jump to anything. And so I also love that. And I think that's what makes you so unique and special too, because I see you jumping to Latin music. I see you jumping to gospel music. I see you jumping to hip hop, old school, and everything. And I think people really love that about you. So before we get you jumping live, just in terms of, going down this whole road of entrepreneurship, right? Because did you ever see yourself when you just started it as a passion? Did you see this turning into a full-time business for you like this?
Ever in my life did I imagine that this little girl from the Bronx would ever do this. I mean, never. Like, I remember in like 2012 or 2013 when I was going to 24-hour fitness, I used to tell the trainers or anybody that would listen to me anyway, I would say, look, one day I'm going to be jumping on TV. And they laughed at me, right? And I didn't even know the power of manifestation at that time. But I was just like, yeah, I'm going to be on TV. And in 2014, that's when things started rolling. And it was just like, wow, I actually spoke this into existence,
Wow.
And even the first time that I was jumping on TV, it was only like 1.5 seconds, right? But then I've had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And it's just like, wow, I never, ever in my life would have imagined.
That's incredible. So of course we want to see you jump live. So
yes.
Can we get that started? Because I know people are dying to see that.
I would go without music because I know we have copywriting issues with Facebook, and I don't want them to shut your stream.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
So I'm gonna have to imagine some music in my head, which I do.
No problem. But we are super excited. Like I said, seeing all your different videos, I'm like, gosh.
I have enough room in here.
I wish I was good at beatboxing. I would try to give you a little beat to jump rope too.
I know they have music somewhere.
Right.
Matter of fact, we may be able to get away with like some Jersey club or something that's not
Okay, yeah.
So
let's go for it.
Okay.
And now she's getting ready. For those of you who are just now tuning in, this is the Jara Nicole Show, and we have Miss Bernadette Henry of Make It Fun NYC. As I said earlier, you guys seen her on Good Morning America. You guys seen her on the Dr. Oz Show. You guys seen her on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. She's blown up for her jump roping skills, and we're getting ready to watch her live in action, show us how to do it. And hopefully all of you guys will be going right over to that website and signing up for some online classes. It doesn't matter if you're in New York, you can be anywhere in the world, and she will show you how to jump rope. And she was just telling us earlier all of the amazing benefits that come with jump roping. And you know, anyone can do it. That's what I love about this. It's not something where you've had years and years of training, but anyone can do it. It doesn't matter what stage you're in. So without further ado,
10 minutes of jump rope is equivalent to a 30-minute jog on the treadmill at 6.5 miles an hour. So in 10 minutes, you can get the same amount of work done as in a 30-minute jog. And this is why it's an amazing exercise for people that are extremely busy, right? So in the beginning of this broadcast, I told you I have a full-time job. I'm an entrepreneur. I have 3 kids. I'm a wife. It's so much going on. So for me to take about 10 minutes out of my day, but of course, jump rope is so fun, you're going to do more. But 10 minutes out your day is all you need to get a phenomenal workout. So,
absolutely.
I found me some music here.
Yes. Look at that, you guys. Oh my gosh.
Yes, that hair.
Yes, I love it. Oh my gosh. That was incredible.
Thank you.
It just you just make it look so effortless, and it's just almost like you look like you're dancing in a way. And it's just like, how, what does it take to essentially, be able to do all the little twists and the little foot movements? I mean, the coordination is just, gosh,
I would say once you master the basics, add music, because a lot of times I do the same things over and over again, but it just looks different according to how I mix it to the music.
Gotcha. Okay. Because like I said, most people are doing, just the typical what we learned in school, on the sidewalk with our friends. But I'm saying the rope go all different types of ways. And I'm just like, gosh, how long? So for someone who's a beginner, let's take me, for example. So I start taking your classes, and I know you said within 4 weeks in terms of toning and all that stuff, but to really get to, I would say, your level, if I was starting today, how long can you estimate how long it would take, you think, to get to your expertise and be able to just jump to music and do all of the tricks that you do?
It honestly really depends on you. Like, I've seen people start today and do some good things tomorrow. So it really depends on the person. And what I do is, the way I teach, I break everything down. Like, when I break everything down, you're going to be like, oh. So it's just a matter of once you have the skills, you kind of take it and make it your own. And I would suggest, like practicing your skills. So what I would say for a beginner, right? I would
Right.
say at least be able to do 100 jumps, basic jumps nonstop. So
Mm,
with week one, start out with maybe one set of 100 jumps,
mm,
and if one regular speed would take about 30 to 40 seconds. And with that, it's telling you, okay, now you have rhythm, you have
interesting.
timing, you have a bit of conditioning, and you have stamina.
Right.
Because when you start to introduce all these tricks, it starts to take energy.
I see.
So in
Okay.
those 15 seconds that I'll do the video, I'm exerting a lot of energy because of the trick.
Right.
And then on top of the fact that I'm smiling and my mouth is open, that's even more,
Right.
So
Right. That's what I'm saying. Because I have never seen a video where even if you're tired, like how you just jumped right now, and then you're able to just talk. Because I know I'd be like, wait, give me a second before I can answer questions.
yeah, I was a bit calm. I was a bit calm today, but I remember, and when I did another interview, it was like as soon as I finished, I mean, I was jumping for like a whole minute, and as soon as
Woo!
I finished, they had the mic like this, right? And even my friend out in Hungary, right? She does these like 2 to 3 minute long videos. Adrienne Benkady, shout out to her. But she does like these 2 to 3 minute performances, and I watched one recently. And as soon as she finished, I swear they put the
Then
microphone.
put the mic in front.
And I mean, it took her like 5 minutes to recover. So I was laughing at her in the comments, like, "Oh my gosh, you could at least let you breathe."
No, seriously, that's what I'm thinking. So for you, in terms of 5, 10, 15 years from now, where do you see Make It Fun NYC? Where do you see yourself? What are your hopes and dreams and vision for the future?
Right. So my goal is to, okay, so I have a 13-year-old son, and I am training him in the way that he should go. He comes with
Mm,
me to my classes, so he helps me teach my classes.
wow.
And I'm training him now to be able to teach, because I know I want to go more into coaching now. Okay. So now we're working on the
Mm,
physical part of the body. I want to go more into the mental and emotional wellness, part of helping people. And at the
mm,
same time, for I'll be still jumping, but probably not at the level that I am now. But I know I can be more impactful speaking, and just working with women on that one-on-one basis. But like I said, my son is definitely carrying the torch. I'm looking to certify teachers, and I also too have my online programs, which will always be there and available for people.
right. I love that. And so I'm interested, what kind of attracted you to mental health? Because you're very passionate about that as well. So what made you want to get into that industry and field?
uh, Coming into this field, it was kind of like a chance. I never thought of it.
Mm,
So what happened is I had started teaching as an assistant teacher back when I was like 19 years old, and I had get a second job at the end of the school year where I was working with the MRDD population. And then I was there part time, and then I wanted to like go into the field full time. So this is back when we were like faxing resumes around. So I went to the newspaper and I put social services, and I just interviewed for social service jobs, and
wow.
I've been in the field ever since. But I think that it's an amazing field. I love helping people. When I was a little girl, my career, I used to want to be a queen, and then I wanted to be a teacher, and I
Wow.
wanted to be a librarian. So all of these things have in common helping people, and that's the kind of person I am. Also, getting older, I've had a lot of things that I've had to overcome in my life, and I use the acronym for jump rope, jump, journey of the underdog making progress, right?
I
Because with
love
the
that.
with the jump rope, when you turn the rope, you have to jump over it. And if you don't jump over it, the rope is going to hit your foot. And that's the same thing in life. We all go through things in life. And if
Absolutely.
we don't go and deal with it, that
You're right.
rope is just going to keep hitting our foot. So we have to take action. Jump equates to taking action. And once you start to take action, everything will be fine. A lot of people are suffering. A lot of people are not starting those businesses. A lot of people are not returning to
Right.
school. A lot of people are not being effective parents. Why? Because they have so many issues that they need to deal with. And as soon as they take that jump, then they can start to make that progress. So this is the whole theory and ideology where
Right, absolutely. This is fantastic. I'm just curious as to, dealing with this pandemic and COVID, did that kind of slow your classes down any way? Did you experience any challenges, or were you able to just kind of thrive and flourish since the beginning of COVID?
I would say that the thing that it did stop was my in-person classes, of course, but then it challenged me now to build my online empire, and also I also had to do a lot of self work. So a lot of growing through my issues of expressing my worth to people
Absolutely.
and things like that. So I did a lot of self work, and I would absolutely tell you that in this pandemic, I did so much more in the pandemic that I've done outside the pandemic.
Wow.
So I had a lot of media opportunities. I started speaking, which was something I wasn't even seeking. Like 1 month, I had like 4 speaking engagements. I really started targeting the women that I really want to speak to. So, and then in 2021, the torch is just going on. So I have gotten a lot of work done on self, and as a result of me working on myself, I'm able to flourish in business.
Oh my gosh, this is, yeah, again, you are literally, like I keep telling you, you are so phenomenal and just amazing. I'm curious, I know you said you have one son, does your husband or other son, do you guys make jump roping kind of like a family activity?
I wish. My husband only jumped 1 time. I'm still trying to get him to jump. He will not jump. My 4-year-old, he finally started jumping in October last year, because he's had the rope in his hand since he was able to go like this. But he literally did his first jumps in October. And my middle son, because I have 2 children on the spectrum, my 2 youngest children. So my middle son has like no interest in it at all. But from time to time, he'll pick up a rope and he'll try to do something.
And he'll try to, okay, awesome. Oh my gosh. And so my final question for you is, just because I know people, sometimes we feel like in life we're so busy we can't afford to prioritize our health or fitness, right? But you just mentioned in the beginning, you are all of these things and you still find time to get your exercise in. So what would you say to anybody out there who's just essentially struggling? They're just like, I don't have time. They're watching you right now. They're like, I love what she's doing. It sounds great to do those online classes, but I don't have the time. I don't have the time to prioritize my health and fitness. What would you say?
I would say really dig down and find out why. Why is it that you need to do this, right? A lot of people, they want to exercise for vanity metrics, and that has to go. We cannot exercise because we want to look good for our birthday. We cannot exercise because we want to look good on that road trip that we're going to take. We cannot exercise because we want to find a new man. Because guess what? If you have inner issues in yourself, losing weight is not going to help your issues. You're still going to have those issues, and then you're going to gain all the way back. So I tell people, jump for your wellness. And the beginning of the pandemic, my goal was to it wasn't even to lose weight. My goal was to be consistent. And I told myself, Bernadette, 3 days a week you're going to do 10 sets of 100 jumps at least 3 to 5 days a week. The goal literally was to decrease my blood pressure medication. So you have to find out why. So in January, I started doing 3 sets of 100 jumps 10 sets of 100 jumps at least 3 to 5 times a week. And by the time the holidays were here, I dropped 30 pounds and I dropped one of three blood pressure medications.
Wow. Kudos to you. And like you said, I think it's a little intimidating for people to be like, oh, commit to even just 100, jumping 100 times straight. It sounds big, but I love what you said, which was really key. Your goal wasn't the weight loss. It was just being consistent. And I feel like if a lot of people started approaching, their health and their exercise and their well-being in that kind of way, setting that as a goal, because if we're not consistent, I could go to the gym for a whole month straight, 4 to 5 times a week, and then in May not do it at all, and then it's just up and down, up and down, up and down. But you raised an incredible point. So I just want you to share where everyone can go and learn more about you, your website, how, if they're interested in going and attending one of your classes, where can they go?
Everyone can find me at www.makeitfunnyc.com. You can find me on Make It Fun NYC on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. And if you use TikTok, jump rope is dope. Okay?
Yes, I gotta say, guys, check out her TikTok. Your TikTok is lit. Your TikTok is lit for sure. And I know a lot of people, I already see on YouTube and Facebook and stuff, like your TikToks are on other social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, everything. So
and I would tell people that honestly, TikTok has really broadened my horizons when it comes to jump rope, because I've been jumping to music since 2012. I've trained myself in this manner. But the thing with TikTok is, because there's so many different kind of musics on there, a lot of times I'll just go in there and pick random music and I'll jump to it. So it challenges me to be able to because a lot of my routines are not like practiced, they're not rehearsed. So I'll listen to a song maybe 1 or 2 times and I'll just kind of go on the rhythm. So it challenges me to just do different things to different kinds of songs. So music, especially when working out and doing cardio, is like one of the best accountability partners, because when you want to give up, that music is like, we're gonna stay on this beat.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Because like you said, there's times where you might want to, you sit down, then your foot wants to start tapping, then you get back up and you're like, I gotta go again. You're absolutely right. Well, Bernadette, thank you so much for coming on the show and taking time out of your super busy superhero schedule to come on this show. I appreciate it. And we definitely enjoyed you and would love to have you back on the show as well. Thank you.
And I'm hoping to come to Texas in August. I will definitely keep you posted.
Please, if you have an event, we'd love to cover it. Anything that you're up to, especially if you come to Texas. And you did say you're coming to Dallas, right? I just want to.
I believe it's in that. I know I have to go to that airport, but I forgot
okay.
my sister's going to. But it's definitely the Dallas airport I have to come to.
Okay, perfect. So I would love to connect with you then, and if we can get you some classes here for some people here, because I already know they definitely want to see you. So thank you so much for coming on the show today, and you and I will be talking again.
Thank you so much, Darwin Nicole.
Yeah, absolutely. Bye. Thank you. Bye. Alrighty, you guys. Oh my gosh, she's just so phenomenal is the word that I would use for her. I love, as you guys can see, her confidence, how easygoing she is, and how she just encourages anyone out there. If you don't know where to start in terms of fitness, give jump roping a try. Give jump roping a try. And like she said, it isn't about necessarily the vanity metrics and, I got to lose this amount of weight. It's just being consistent, commit to maybe jumping 2 or 3 times a week. You just never know. And of course, if you're looking for coaching, you guys, her information, is still running down here. You can go to her website, sign up for her classes. I know I will be, because I definitely want to try give jump roping a try and see where I can go with that. But I was so grateful to have her on the show today, and she's just phenomenal. And of course, if you guys are just now tuning in and you're like, oh, darn it, I missed her, don't worry, because this will be posted all over our social media and on YouTube. And again, you'll be able to watch. So if you're just now tuning in, this is the Jaira Nicole Show. We're going to move right along to our second guest for the day. It's Mr. Bobby Bacon Jr., who is a bodybuilder. And so he's going to be talking to us about bodybuilding. This show was pre-recorded, so I'm just going to go ahead and play this, and we're just going to move right along. Alrighty, you guys, for those of you who are just now tuning in, this is the Jared Nicole Show every Tuesday from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Central Time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're moving right along in the show, and I'm going to bring on my second guest, very special guest, very good friend of mine from college, Mr. Bobby Bacon Jr. So I'm going to go ahead and add him to the stream right now. Let me add Mr. Bobby. Hello, Bobby.
Yo.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am well. Thank you so much for coming on the show today. I'm super excited to have you on. And so I just want to start off by kind of letting viewers know Bobby. Bobby and I go way back. We went to Xavier together for the little time that we had you there, you in the house. And
Yeah.
we have a bunch of crazy New Orleans stories. I think like everybody who went to Xavier, Tulane, Loyola, all those good colleges out there, but we'll save that for another show, of course. But anyway, you are a forensic scientist by day and a bodybuilder by night. And as you know, today's show, we're talking about health and fitness. So I want to go ahead and let you introduce yourself to viewers, and then we will dive